Yay! Good evening everyone, traders around the world. Mohawk Forex alive at last. Thank you. Welcome to our end of US session analysis with the team from around the world. So thank you for joining us. How's it going over there in the US, Justin?
It is going just fine. It's going to be a perfect, nice, volatile close to a good day of scalping.
It's been a good day today. We've been looking at US 30 for most of the day with the jobs news and the US Open. And what you'll find about this group is we like to trade fundamentals. We don't shy away from news events. We trade them, we embrace them, and for those of you who end up joining our group, we'll learn how to do the same. So yeah, a lot of what we do is based on the fundamentals. We keep our ear to the ground, we announce all the events, and we like to try and scalp them. And the thing about this group is that we are true scalpers. You know, we stick to small time frames. Usually 3 minutes is our favorite. We do 15 as well. We do a lot of analysis on the 15. We might go to 30 and 1 hour every now and then, but the majority of our systems and strategies and what we like doing is based around the 3 minute time frames, and that goes across the board for everything that we trade. A lot of indices, commodities, gold, silver. We like oil. We look at stocks as well, the big tickers. We look at crypto as well, Bitcoin, obviously, Ethereum, DOGE. So and we're always open to suggestions. The team, you know, will take requests and we'll do our best to analyze, and we show you how to, you know, we get in and out of trades and what we look at when we're scalping, and it's real-time scalping, and that's what it's all about. I say today's been a good day on US 30, good day on gold and silver for us as well. And at the moment we're looking, we've got like 1.5 hours till the end of the US session, and you can see on the chart here we're just looking at the US 30 and watching it drop and waiting for some kind of pullback before the end of the session. And obviously tomorrow's a big day with the Jackson Hole. So we wanted to go live tonight to sort of get things going, introduce ourselves, and hopefully people will like, subscribe, and you know, hopefully join our growing community. So yeah, let's see what happens with the US 30 over the next hour and a half. And then we can take a look at gold and silver as well, some of our favorites.
That's definitely my favorite. Roy, take a look at NAS. Look at these moves that we missed later in the session today. She's been moving nice.
Let's look at NAS. There we go. So with a nice cross the trend lines, our baseline as well, and we've had a nice break here of a support zone, and now we're down to some heavy support. RSI has gone well oversold. We're still in a strong bear momentum on our dashboard here. What we try and do on here, we try and just get small moves. That's all we're interested in. We're not in big long trades, holding trades. We're looking at holding trades for you know, minutes, seconds sometimes, when we trade the opens and we trade the news events. You know, this is real scalping. Yeah, anything more than an hour or so, and you know, to us that's swing trading. That's the whole thing about it. Well, that's why we stick to the 3 minute time frame. We use support and resistance, we use price action in conjunction with, you can see we've got an RSI. It's a bit of a scanner that we use, that we got set up with our own kind of custom settings. We've got a few indicators to help those who need it. But a lot of what we do is based on price action and support and resistance zones. We've got Fibonacci's thrown in there, we've got trend lines as you can see as well. So nothing radical, we show it how it is. We're not pretending to have a holy grail. We just use the best indicators to help just validate our analysis, and that's as simple as, and help us get in and out. And we love the RSI, we love MACD, we love stochastics, you know, all the ones. Like I say, there's nothing here that is out the ordinary, but what we've done is combined it into a package, so people don't have to go searching for all these indicators, and we put it together in a system that we like, and we're tweaking it all the time. That's the good thing about it. Scalping is always evolving, and that's what we like to do. You know, we never stand still. At the moment, looking at NAS.
Yeah. It's still pushing down through that heavy support zone.
Yeah. We've got an extension level here. And this chart is similar to Fibonacci. Some of it is Fibonacci. There's also other elements of support and resistance built into this. This is not a standard fib. And again, this is a kind of a custom thing we designed for our group to help those who, you know, need the help, and also identify take profit levels and support and stop loss as well.
Got a little special sauce in it.
So we're just going to see if NAS continues breaking this level here. We like to look for 50 to 100 points on a move when we trade. I say small moves, not crazy lot sizes, you know. Again, we discuss all that in our Discord group if people want to know risk management, you know, and lot sizes and brokers, etc. That's all in our Discord group, which is obviously in the comment section below. But
for anybody that is following around on YouTube, please exercise proper risk management. This is for entertainment purposes only.
It is indeed. We are here for entertainment reasons. Entertaining ourselves, this is the main thing. This is how the YouTube channel has come across. We've had a successful Discord group, and literally we got bored and we wanted to do more. We wanted to entertain ourselves and scalp live. And so many people scalp live, but it's all on bigger time frames, and you know, this is how we do it. And we do this pretty much 7 days a week. You know, we trade crypto at weekends, and we stick to indices, the odd Forex pair, and like I say, commodities most days of the week. But like I say, a big part of our game is trading fundamentals and news events as well. And waiting.
Keep your eyes peeled for the live crypto signals and analysis coming soon.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, we're going to be. This channel is going to be 24/7. So in between us doing, you know, our live streams and analysis, there's going to be live signals for Ethereum and Bitcoin. So we're combining the best of everything into one channel that we hope people will enjoy, especially those who want to learn how to scalp. NAS looks like it's pushing back. We're getting a break soon from the first oversold zone. We use Hakanashi, for those of you who are wondering what candles we use. We prefer Hakanashi. You know, we treat them like normal candles. We read them. We've got the average price and the live price on our chart. But for scalping, you know, it's less panicky, less complicated, and easy to see a trend. Let's say if anyone's got questions or anything, and obviously they can shout out in the group and shout out on the chat. We've still got a strong bear. We've still got 75% now. So we won't be looking to take any kind of trades at the moment. Obviously we're just waiting and watching. We'd like to see a break. Yeah. Sorry, Justin. Don't want to talk over you.
Let them. No, it's good. I was saying let the market come to you.
That's what we do. I think people are often surprised when they're scalping. They imagine scalping to be ultra fast, too scary, but it's not, because there's more waiting than there is taking trades. Even though you might end up taking 20, 30, 40 trades a day, there's still a lot of waiting and confirmations, and that's what you got to do. A lot of sitting on your hands. Again, it's another reason why we're doing the YouTube channel. If anybody does want information on how to join our group or what we're up to and what we're about, then we have a website. It's there in the chat, www.mohawkforex.com. And you know, myself, I've been trading for getting on for the best part of 5 years, and profitably for about 3.5 years, and doing this group for over 2 years now. And we've got people from all over the world who have all been experiencing trading, and the whole idea was to come together as a worldwide global group, different input, talk about the markets, talk about the strategies. You know, it's not just about showing signals. We don't do signals per se. We do setups in our own Discord group, but this YouTube channel is just about discussing the markets, discussing where we're at, and helping each other out. And also, like I say, looking at the fundamentals and the news and how news impacts the trades. We all want to know why have we lost, why have we won at certain times of day, and that's why we look at the fundamentals, news, and also the market opens as well, which a lot of traders shy away from. You know, we embrace it, we take it head on, because it's part of the market every single day, you know, Monday to Friday. Just flick back to US 30 at the moment. Let's have a quick look what's going on with US 30. US 30 and NAS pretty much in sync together.
US 30 fell off a cliff since cash opened.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, this is all based around the news. As you see, we use our economic calendar. It was the jobless claims, which was worse than expected. And as usual, you get a little bit of movement before in pre-market, but most of the news, you know, affects the market once it gets going. You know, you've just got to gauge the direction. Like Justin said, cash open, US 30 falling down, no surprise there. It has now reached a decent support level. And this is all on 3-minute time frame we're looking at. We can see where we've got heavy support zones, looking left. And usually what you find at the end of the US session always likes to be a nice little pullback. We've spent a lot of time in the red zone with the RSI, a lot of time in the red overall for the whole of the start of the cash session. And we like trading wave patterns here as well. So we're always looking for the next double top, double bottom, MW, whichever one you call it. We like M's and W's to make it nice and simple for everybody. We like continuation. Sorry, Justin.
Typically, we experience quite a bit of volatility and/or strong continuation between 3:30 and 4:30. Typically, try and be out of the market by 4:30. That way, we're not caught in a trap move.
Yeah. Scalping is going to be precise with the time zones, and we know we like to trade just, you know, the start of each session, 1.5 hours, 90 minutes maybe, and then, like you say, we wait for the consolidation periods to be over, and then we're banging again for the next session. Asian session as well. We trade Asian session, we don't shy away from that, and again we'll be doing live analysis of pre-markets as well with Asian sessions. So for those of you who are, are scared of trading the Asian session, or maybe haven't done it before, then yeah, we like trading those indices. So at the moment US 30, as predicted, is pulling back. We're into the neutral zone on our RSI. So we're entering a breakout zone, and we're looking possibly at a W forming. So we've got a trend line break. And as we say, green to go. Entertainment advice only though. This is for entertainment, remember guys.
Nice little trend line break. We'll see what happens when that candle closes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bounced off a nice little support zone. Yes, so it's good to trade. We like it, US 30. US 30, a lot of people again are scared of it, but
strategy makes it a bit easier and gives you a little bit more confidence in trading US 30.
yeah. Like everything, the more you do it, the more you study, the more you know how these indices move on news events, fundamentals, Obviously there's been bad news this afternoon with the attacks at Kabul airport. Again, all that kind of thing affects the markets. Bad news pushes the US 30 down, the stock market's down. I'm just going to switch to, let's have a look at gold while we're waiting on this. This looks like a good, let's bring gold into the equation. Gold again was on a bullish run right from the cash open. Obviously the news was bad on the jobs, so we expect gold to go the opposite way, and silver. We had a nice W pattern there, and we've had a kind of an M. Sometimes they're disjointed, you don't always get a perfect double top, but you can see we've had it here. We can draw these out manually, we do this all the time in the group.
Gold had a nice dive through the Asian session, leveled out through London, and then a nice bull run coming into New York session.
That's it. It likes to get back. So that was a nice pattern. And we've just had a trend line break, and all we're waiting for really is some momentum to build up on the RSI. At the moment it's in the neutral zone, danger zone as we call it. We like it when we see a break on the RSI and it's getting towards the first overbought kind of zones. So this could range for a little bit now, it usually does this time of day. We might get a little bit of a boost towards the end of the US session.
I'm typically out of the market around this time whenever it comes to CFDs, metals.
Yeah, I could see possibly this and a pushback at that resistance, which is 1793 area, and then up to our breakout zone, possibly for the Asian session, end of the US, start of the Asian session. Gold wants to be around 1800, it's trying to push back to the 1800 level. Again, we've got some heavy resistance at the 1797 zone, which was the high of the US session. So inevitably it'll try and get back there, unless, especially if the news stays bad. Like I said, there's a lot of bad news around at the moment, not just COVID and stuff affecting this. And we've identified, like I say, here's our bottom of our breakout zone, here's the top of our breakout zone, and we can scalp. We like scalping it inside the zone, but we know there's a serious move on hand whenever price breaks out of either of these zones. And these tend to be a lot of our stop loss levels as well when we do enter trades. Let's switch over to silver. On silver, bang. Again, we're neutral at the moment, as you'd expect. This kind of time of day. We're 106% of the daily volume of silver anyway, so it's basically over. It's running out of steam. It's already made its play for the day, which we can look back and see. Same as gold. We've got a nice, the nice M pattern. Double top, 1, 2 here, resistance, and then bang, down she came. Confirmation. There's a couple of nice scalps in there. There was, and then we've hit the heavy support zone. We've had a bounce up. We've got a retest into the support zone. Got a little trapped in between this resistance and support now, hence the range. So again, we just wait for a break, and again we've got a nice breakout zone around the 2360 level, which is what we'd hope like gold, silver would get back to for the start of the Asian session or during the Asian session. So you know, ideally we're looking for a push up to this kind of level, and we've got we've got resistance before then at 2550 and 2560. So again, you're just waiting for confirmation on this, but again, you can draw this out. We like drawing our patterns. And silver's become a favourite of ours recently, scalping, especially on the smaller time frames. We might get back to the neutral resistance. This is kind of our main pivot point for the day, which was about the 2363 zone. So again, unless there's major good news to reverse everything at the moment, you know, we should get this second leg forming at some point. But for now, it's in a range. But at least you know what you're looking for in terms of a scalp. Once we see a break in a particular zone, then you know that's the time to look at possibly taking a trade if you want to. You know. Again, we always use the last swing high, swing low, or an area of support and resistance for any kind of stop loss. Again, that's you know, up to each individual to manage their risk. We're just putting it out there how we analyze and do our stuff, you know. So at the moment we're just focusing on US 30, NAS, silver and gold. There's no more economic news in the pipeline for today. That's all played out. Tomorrow obviously we've got the Jackson Hole. Not a great day for scalping, not a great day for trading. We'll take a look at some of the news events possibly, but again we'll see how the symposium plays out, because it can be, you know, a random day. Most people don't trade on this kind of Friday, this event.
Reuters and Bloomberg are saying that investor sentiment is neutral based on what's coming up during Jackson Hole.
Yeah, so it just means a range. Yeah, everyone's undecided. They don't know what's going to be said, you know what I mean. There's predictions and stuff and everything, but if we look at investing as well, comments on there. Yeah, traders weary of making big bets ahead of Jackson Hole. It's the kind of stuff we look at, and you know, this makes us say, hey, it's not worth scalping today, or we'll just take a back seat and watch and see what goes on. But yeah, people are cautious. Everyone's just really waiting, hence why the markets have slowed up. US 30 seed really isn't pushing at the moment. It's just pushed back on that minor resistance, retesting the trend line. You know, we like to, you know, we've got the breakout zones here for later on if price gets up that way. But Friday's always the worst day in terms of scalping unless there's some major news, and obviously next Friday is our favourite. It's going to be NFP, first Friday of every month, of course, and we'll be live to trade that, all being well, you know what I mean. We'll analyse the hell out of NFP before and see how the market reacts during and after. Again, we love it.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I know, we love it. We love it.
Lambo lots. Lambo lots.
Not financial advice.
Exactly.
And Justin, by the way, is our roving live on the road. He's actually on the road, so he's traveling all over the US. So again, it's a unique feature to our group, which is really cool.
Coming to you live from Ohio.
Excellent. And I'm here in London. Sorry, for those of you who don't know, you know, I'm Roy and I'm here in London. So we've got traders in the group from all over the world, from Australia to Canada, Europe, obviously UK as well. And you know, we want to welcome more people. Yeah. Dubai. So it's great. We're looking for more people, hopefully, to get on board, you know, want to learn to scalp and be part of our community. And that's the good thing about the group. We're all here to help each other and you know, win. We do our best. We win together, we lose together, we draw together. That's the way it is.
A little background about myself already. Killing time for a setup. I've been with Roy since he started the group 2 years ago, and wins, loses, pitfalls, never got good traction in the market until I joined the community. Well, I was on board with Roy whenever he first started, and I started seeing my trading improve phenomenally. I started seeing my win rate improve phenomenally, and we started the whole community aspect of it. And I'm going to tell you, if you guys are having trouble getting right with your trading and being consistent with it, there's a big value in having a support network and a community built around you for you to bounce ideas off of, or, you know, reanalyze something, or have somebody take a look at something. It's definitely added ticket value to your trading, and it'll take you to the next level.
Yeah, 100%. Cheers for that, Justin. And yeah, Justin's been part of the team for a long time and helps mentor people in the group as well. You know, it can be about anything. We'll just try and help and analyze the hell out of it, you know. But like I say, our speciality is the lower time frames, the smaller time frames. That doesn't mean we don't discuss 4 hour and daily and weekly and monthly. We do, but our focus is purely getting in and out of the market as quickly and as stealthily as possible, and gauging, you know, giving us gauging that edge, so we get in before the markets have even realised that we've been there. And that's the whole thing. We don't show our hand, you know. We're not a fan of pending orders in this group. You know, we do the odd 1 or 2 pending orders in the Asian session just because, as you know, it moves slower, but overall we're pretty much live on the board, and, you know, members of the group you know, trade live where they can. You know, everyone's got jobs, people work and stuff and everything, so people trade around. But there's one thing about scalping: you can get in and out, and there's trades always. There's always trades. Simple as. You know, the frustrating thing, and I started as a swing trader, is, you know, the biggest frustration people have is waiting for the setup. So you end up entering a bad trade, forcing a trade, seeing something that's not there. And then once you're in a trade, you're always panicking about your trade. You're always worried about it reversing on you, when to get in, when to get out. you know, and some people love that, can deal with that. That's great, that's perfect if you're into that kind of thing. For me, I always like to just get in and get out really quick, do multiple trades, close my laptop or whatever I'm trading on, and end for the day. And that's how I put the group together, really, based on everybody like-minded traders who want to trade that same kind of way. Not saying scalping is better than swing trade or swing trading is better than scalping, but you know, you can make a living from scalping. People always this myth that you can't make money from scalping long term. Yes, you can, but you've just got to be focused, dedicated. It's a job. If you want it to be a job, then let it be a job and be focused. But like Justin just said, to do that, you can't do it alone. You know, because you always question your own ability. So being in a group with a support network will either stop you taking a trade or make you take a trade, because you've got other people to validate, and if everyone's on the same page at the same level, then that's an extra bonus, you know. So a support network is number one.
Yeah, good thing about this group and the community aspect of it is we all trade at different times, and the longer that you do it and the more that you implement this strategy in your trading, you start to identify areas of volatility. You back test it, and you look at it, you see it time and time again. You start seeing that, okay, hey, between 20 and 2100 hours, I'm looking for silver and gold to make a move during the Asian session. And it's a high momentum move, and sometimes it changes the entire direction for the day. Little things like that, like trading cash opens. We know we're going to go for a stop hunt on the opposite way that the news is saying. We see that every day. And as long as it's in a certain percentage, we're going the opposite way. We're going to scalp it for that 100 to 200 points, and then we're going to look for the continuation. Or we're going to switch over to fundamentals.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. Some days we just trade the news. Some days we just trade fundamentals. If the news outweighs TA, that's what we'll do, and it always overrides it. This is one thing again people don't talk about. You know, fundamentals will always override any TA. So we embrace it here in the team, and you know, we spend days we can just trade 6, 7, 8, 9 news events in one day, and that will do. We're not greedy. We're not trying to, you know, take too much out of the market, because the market will bite back eventually. We all know that. So we decide on a daily basis, is today a fundamental day or a TA day, or a little bit of a mix, you know. So Justin says that's what we focus on. We'll go, okay, today we're just going to do the news, guys. Let's look at what we're going for, and which markets we're gonna trade on.
Especially if you got the deck stacked with 8, 9, 10 news events. That's the day right there.
Yeah, like I say, tomorrow would have been a good day, and might still be. You know, I'm still, you know me. I still like to try and get a trade if I can, but yeah, we've got things later on like the Aussie retail sales, high impact news. We can have a look at doing something on that. The French one's medium. It affects the DAX a little bit. We don't bother with other European ones, and then we're into the US, and personal income does a little bit. Trade balance is always a good one, and then we've got the Michigan consumer sentiment, one of my favorites, which last month was a massive sell, which is really good, and again looking to be lower this month. And then we've got the old Fed Powell speech at the end of the day, which again some people love to scalp. They love to take that on head on, watch gold and listen to his every word and scalp it. We've done it. Me and Justin did it, didn't we? One night. I think I had a few beers.
Yep. And so he's actually speaking live from the Jackson Hole virtual symposium.
Yeah.
So that speech is going to be what drives Jackson Hole. Jackson Hole is going to be going on, but whenever he speaks at that virtual symposium, that's going to move the market. So that's going to be a key area of interest for us tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Powell speech is one to watch, and even if you don't trade it, you know, just to have your market, have your charts open while he speaks, it just makes you realize how the fundamentals and events, you know, make the market. And how liquid the market is based on people's words, and TA just forms one part of trading, and it's a harsh lesson that I learned early on in my trading, just focusing purely on TA and not taking into consideration world events, people's tweeting, you know, everything. We've seen all that this last year and a half, you know. So to become a good fundamental trader goes hand in hand with being a good TA trader, you know, and we love both aspects, you know, in this group. TA gives you more of a mechanical kind of side, gives you stricter rules. Fundamentals, again, fundamentals aren't open to you know, opinion. It is what it is. It's either good news or bad news that affects the market. It's picking the right things to trade when those events and news things happen, especially ones that are coming up. But it's the news events that you can't predict that come up and spike you out of your trade, and you've got to take that on the chin. That's the life we've decided to live.
Speaking to.
Yeah. But that's the life you choose, isn't it? Is, you know, you can't predict those things, and we've done it before where I've been spiked out and gone down a couple of $100 on a gold trade or whatever, then win it back in the afternoon session, and purely just one tweet or something's kicked off. I think we've talked about this loads of times. It's always people not knowing why you lose. To stick in the game and become a successful trader is accepting you're going to lose, and also knowing why you lost. Is it something you could have controlled? Is it something you did, or is it out of your hand? Thanks for subscribing. Hero versus Punisher, welcome on board.
There we go. All right.
Brilliant. But you'd agree with Justin, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I need to set up alerts for whenever Drunk Boris speaks. That means I can go trade GU while he's talking. Everybody knows it. You look at what happens whenever Elon says something about Dogecoin, and it skyrockets. It's the exact same thing. You've just got to identify what that news of it correlates with, or what it doesn't correlate with, or what the reverse correlation is. Like, is it going to throw the stock market through the roof and put gold down to the floor?
Yeah.
You've got to identify that, and that's what's good about this. Like Roy said, if you don't have to trade it, but watch how it moves the market. That way, next time it comes up, research it, look at what's being said, and then you can pick your position on which side. If you see that comes up, or you're watching it live, you pick your side at that point. Am I going to go bull, or am I going to go bear?
Yeah, you got it. It's exactly right. At the moment here, we're looking for a bearish move on US 30. Is it going to break? Look at this. It's spent such a long time. It's spent all day in the US session so far in the red. Is there going to be some pullback? Small moves can equal big wins, you see, if you get it right multiple times. You know, we don't take profits right up here. You know, we don't look at that. We look at that as and when price action gets to it. That's the whole thing about this group. You know, it's almost like we're trading a ladder up and down, scalping as we go, rather than just trying to pinpoint the one big move of 1,000 pips or whatever that might never happen, or if it does, you're gonna have a heart attack getting there, you know, as it dips all the time. So this is how we do it. We don't call it a ladder strategy, but it's very, very similar, because that's how we do it, one step at a time. Take your profits, move on, wait for the next setup, and gradually get to where we need to be. We can see where US 30 needs to be, you know what I mean? It's retested and dropped. We want to be back up to this 35 500 level. Multiple times it tried here, look, it broke. That was a nice double top, beautiful drop. And this is why we like the 3 minute. I don't know, the 3 minute and 15 seem to be really good at pulling out the patterns. So if nothing else, you know what leg you're looking to try and trade. And from, you know, yesterday here, this was yesterday, this was US Open yesterday, and look at that for a beautiful M. You know, that's easy for people to spot. You hope, you know, and if not, we're here to try and help you identify these kind of moves. These kind of moves are what we look for. And there's heavier support down below, you know, so this could, there's always that chance, you know what I mean, that it can carry on a bit further down, but the time of day, where we're at the moment, we'd like to see some kind of...
That's found support, bounced back up and created a center leg. So we may be looking at a last leg W on NAS, pull back for the end of the day.
On NAS?
Yes.
Cool, I'm just drawing this out here as what I think could be a potential. Again, we've got resistance around here, so it's always a zone, so I'm thinking, you know, let's see if we're going to drop further, you know what I mean. It's at the moment RSI's buckling down, look, so we could come down to the heavy support zone here first, then have a retest. But you're not looking to take any buys until this trend line is broke and your last line of resistance is broken, the breakout zones. This is the good thing about this, is this whole setup keeps you on the right side of the trade. You're not jumping in and going, well, there's a W coming possible, I'm going to enter it now and just hold on and see. That's the good thing about it. Zooming out is always the way. Here's your pivot point. So we've got two options. We're going to form a center and a retest and up, or we're going to drop a little bit more before. So we just wait, you know, and if we get an indication to have a re-entry, we'll take a sell instead. We'll scalp a sell down to this heavy support before we take the buy back up, even though we're really looking for the buys. We're just waiting. We'll wait for the RSI to confirm. RSI is dropping nicely. If it hits an oversold level, you know, just zoom in, there you go, back to where we were. So again, a retest of the trend line, and down she goes, and of course here's a support level that would be a TP level. Nice take profit level there if you've got in on that bounce of about 400 points. I'd take half of that and be happy with it. Like I said, at the moment I won't take a trade because I just know the time of day, where we're at, end of the session, and overall we're ranging. But that was a nice little spike down. These little scalps here, look, 100, perfect. Let's have a look at NAS then. Yeah, perfect. So as you were saying,
DAX had some nice late session moves as well.
again we've got a nice again, it's found some good heavy support. We've got a nice resistance zone here around the 15,300 level. So to be a true second leg, it's obviously got to break that, and obviously break our trend line as well, and break our pivot line for it to then to be a serious second leg that could retest the earlier high of 1535 area. So it could be, and this is a could, always a could, but text took such a drop. Yeah, we could see that. this is what we're looking for anyway. This is what we look for. We pick out the positions we're going to look for. They don't always occur. If they don't occur, guess what? We don't take the trade. But if we get the patterns right, we get the confirmation, obviously that's your judgment. But these are the kind of setups we like to look for. And these are the setups we post every day. You know, every day in our Discord group we post lots of setups. And if anybody does want to request an analysis, then obviously just send in your donations. We like donations, we like tips. We want to keep the group going, we want to grow and be here for all you scalpers around the world. True scalping. And just to say, this looks like a good setup for a second leg W, and we've got multiple levels that you could take profit from if you were entering a trade on this, obviously.
This late in the session, I'd be looking for that neutral resistance or that pivot.
Yeah, bang on, bro. Yeah, this is it. If this was a setup in the morning, at the start of US session, you know, then we're looking at a higher level, minor resistance break and a heavy resistance. But I think you're right. I think the most we can hope for is a push to neutral resistance. But you know, that's again nice little move, couple of 100 points. But there's no trade until we get that momentum. You know, there's nothing on RSI to suggest we're there yet. We're still looking at forming this center. And we've got a range here. Look, we've got a fight between the bulls and the bears. We've got our indicators telling you that here. And our points of interest. And obviously our dashboard, which is a live dashboard analysing the market, is obviously telling us we're still in a bear mode. There's still a bit of volume left, 86%. It's not quite there yet for the day. But the bears have got the power.
Still got about 45 minutes left of trading as well.
Yeah. This is good. This is good to do this analysis end of the session. Always like to see if there's always some kind of move that lasts 15-20 minutes, either on tech or US 30. Let's have a look at gold. Yeah, gold's running as we said. Look at that, perfect. So we got the bounce off the trend line, and you know, you could have taken a trade on the break there, look, and you would have been, yeah, 76 points. That's not bad. Again, look for 50 or so. That's good enough.
Got a nice second leg W that is on silver right now.
Yeah, I think silver's ahead of gold at the moment. It's just looking to form that second. So we're going to get some resistance here. We're going to get a pullback. Hopefully we're going to get a retest, and then you're in for the second leg. And we've got some good support on gold now. There's a good basis here for it to push through. Like I say, the heavy resistance is getting on towards the 1800 level. I don't know if it's going to get back to that today. That could be Asian session, who knows. But again, we've got on the dashboard, we've got 90%, and we're coming towards our beautiful first point over bought zone. So you know, let's see if that dips, and then you've got the retest, and then you've got your entry point. So it's silver. Yeah, look at that, beautiful. You know, I love it when you draw these patterns, and this is practice. This is years of practice of figuring out the patterns and seeing how the market moves them. And they're not always right, don't get me wrong, you know, we're not bang on all the time, but it's nice to see when we do get it right, and hopefully people can benefit from it. So you had multiple entry points here if you did want to take, you know, it's already finished for me. We've made a move of best part of 490, 450 points. That's great. That's a good bag, Justin, isn't it?
Yeah, buddy.
We're not greedy. We're not greedy scalpers. And again, we might well get to the breakout zone and back to neutral resistance yet. You know, this is a good move. Again, 84%. We've had a beautiful you know, touch of our first overbought zone, which we like to see in RSI, giving us more momentum to the upside. And it's good just to watch sometimes, watch and see this. Thank you, Mr. K. And please click like, subscribe, share if you like how we do this. Chat in the group, that's what it's all about. This is just the start. Grab me a beer. This is what I find we need, multiple food and drink breaks while we do this. So we're just watching, look at that, beautiful. So, you know, there's been a nice win on silver there. That's hit the first line of profit there at 25.57, 25.58. And we might be looking at 23.61. Again, on a 3-minute time frame, if you can average, you know, a 100-point move to 300 points, that's perfect. That's all you need. You shouldn't be looking for any more than that. Red Stripe, wow, that's a street beer over here in the UK. Budweiser for me, bro. Now we've all got in some stupid trades drinking while we're trading. You know, it's not recommended, that is for sure. I've seen a few people on YouTube do that. And it's fun, well, at least while you're drinking, but not when you blow your account. And especially while you're doing NFP. This is a nice move on gold, silver, sorry. You know, this is nice. Let's have a look what gold is doing as well. Yeah, gold's getting there. Look, again, it's had a nice push. Re-entry is going to hit some resistance now, and you know, I might just change this because this could be, if it breaks this, then this is the second leg. So because we had a kind of a retest here and then back and up again, so you can sometimes get these bigger W's form. Sometimes they're smaller ones. It doesn't really matter. What you're trying to gauge with this is the direction. You know, drawing the charts out and having price action follow them is fantastic, but at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is establish where our trades are going to be, what direction we're trading in. You know, that's as simple as, are we buying, are we selling? You know, are we bullish or bearish? It's so if I have to, you know, this could be amended to a second leg, easy up, because we had a down here and then we had the first part of the retest of our baseline and trend line, which was here, and then we did have the drop. bang, and a retest of the trend line again, and now we've come in for the second leg. Now we don't know whether it's going to break this resistance. There you go. Again, some nice little pattern. And these are the patterns I love to follow. Sometimes I do scalp the middles, you know what I mean? It depends if I see an opportunity where everything lines up with the RSI and there's no news events around. But on the whole, I love trading second legs, always have done. It's been a big part of my trading for many years now. No matter what strategy I end up using, I always go back to a nice RSI and using the wave, and you know, it has a good win rate. The art is spotting these moves. So we're hitting some resistance here. If this is going to be a continuation, we're going to see a break. RSI is peaking at 73. That doesn't mean we take sales, you see. We don't use RSI like that. We're not into this RSI oversold, overbought zone, therefore we're looking to take the opposite trade. Eventually, yes. Initially, no. Again, we teach that in the Discord group. I teach that as part of my mentorship as well, how to correctly use an RSI. Not how most people use it and obviously lose it. Here we've got the retest. Here we've got the little pullback now. So this will dictate whether this is not the center part of a W, because it will depend how far this falls. Does it go back to our baseline? Does it go back to our trend line? This is an opportunity for some people to scalp. You know, there's a move here potentially. Again, we look for a that flat part of our baseline. Yeah, 50. Again, you've got to work out whether it's worth taking the trade. 50 points this time of night on gold. You know, a few dollars. Is it worth it in case this reverses on you? Probably not. It's just a case of if there's going to be a second leg before the close of play. If not, it'll be once Sydney session starts, the Asian session starts later on, Tokyo. So at the moment I'm keeping this as a retest. Got a points of interest dot. These dots are beautiful little momentum indicators that can get you in and out of a trade. Again, it's another part of the system. Don't have to use it. It's just there if people do need extra confirmation. You know, not everyone's confident when they start trading, particularly scalping. So, you know, people like to have all the indicators around them. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you can understand what you can see in front of you. Have 20 indicators. If you can figure it out, then fine. I've got people in the group who use multiple indicators that I just can't even fathom, but to them, they understand it, they get it, then it's perfect. Does that make them a bad trader? No, they win. So that's good enough for me. And then I have other people in the group who use one or two indicators and price action and also profitable. That's great as well. You know, I hate these people who say, oh, you know, naked trading's the best, blah blah blah. Oh, if you've got too many indicators. No, it's whatever works for you. It's whatever works for you, whatever takes your eye and you can focus on, be it 10 indicators, no indicators, you know, Hakanashi, normal candles. This system here, this, if you call it a system, this is what works for me. It has done for a while and has done for other people in the group as well. But all this is changeable. This is the whole idea about this axe system we've got here. This is all, can all be personalized for you, but this is just our favorite kind of setup at the moment that we like to use. And it's nothing amazing. Like I say, it's a good RSI, it's trend lines, it's price action. We're not reinventing the wheel, but we're just showing you how it should be done. Again, it's pulling back nicely, you know. Could have got a nice little win on that. It's just these little moves, especially towards the end of the day. The more it gets toward the end of the New York session, the more cautious I am with my any kind of take profits. If I see green, I usually take it. I don't go for any kind of preset or looking for a next line of support and resistance. These will be bonus trades, bonus scalps. If I'm making a few dollars on them, that's perfect. It's knowing that we're going to get a kickback off a resistance level. We don't know how far it's going to go. We've got an idea, but there's no harm in just taking the money off the table that you're in. Whether it's $1, 50 cents, $10, it doesn't really matter. The amount of money doesn't matter. It's the fact you've captured a winning trade in quite a volatile environment. You know, which scalping gold, with just a few minutes to go towards the end of the session, is for most people. You can zoom in on this, so you can see that was a good. There you go.
Y'all can trade gold. I'm gonna get you this fried cod fillet and slice of pizza.
That'll do. That's better. We're picking up some momentum now. The RSI look, so this could be. I just readjusted to see if this was the second leg or the start of the center leg. You know what I mean? Because we've got a second leg here, and that could be the end of it. And this could be the formation. This could drop back to our baseline. We've got some support here. Look, around this level, 1791, and then we could go on up again. You know, RSI is gonna curl up here. Look, I was explaining about the points of interest dots that give us a good indication of exiting a trade and a possible re-entry of a trade, you know, as well. So at the moment we're neutral. You know, we're neutral here. If we'd scalped this from when we saw the dot and when we got the pullback, the push down from the resistance level, you know, so you took it at the top of that, would have been, you know, 50 is good enough at this time of night, 50 points. So you'd be about there. Look, you know, with a spread, you'd probably be there 53, and that's all I would go for. You know, you just don't want to be shooting for the moon.
You shoot for the moon, gold's gonna burn you.
Yeah. So this could be, you know, I'm not saying this is. I mean, this could still end up going up, but at the moment we could be looking at something like. Depends where the next level of support is. Probably around here. Looking at that, and then a retest. It depends if we're going to run out of time in the market, and then yeah, we might get that. Well, they're lower highs, higher lows. Sorry. So. Because I say that it's wanting to get back up there. Gold wants to get back up to 1800. Take advantage of all the bad news that's been around today. And of course that could all be screwed up tomorrow with the Jackson Hole. But I'm loving the fact that for so long gold has played around that 1800 mark. So these are just small moves, as you expect this time of day.
Whenever we get a strong shift, shift and close above 1815, 1820 on the 1530 hourly, we're going up. Once we break out of that range, I know we're going to come back down and retest it, but it's going to be a hell of a momentum going to the top side.
So there she is on a 15. 15, you know, we've got to break this zone. We've got resistance here, like I say. If we're going above 1793, then that's it. Then we're back up to getting towards the 18. And we've got a level here, look. We've got our breakout level of 18 already set. And then we're up, like you say. We've got some zones here already formulated, and a next area of resistance at 1806. So we're already there. And the good thing about all these zones are these are all set as well on every time frame. So 15 is big enough for us to look at to gauge where we're going. You know what I mean? I don't need to look anymore. We already identified that the high of the day was kind of the pivot for gold to be edging towards 1800. You know, either the Asian session or tomorrow. Like I say, tomorrow is up in arms. We just don't know because of, you know, the speech and everything. If Friday was a traditional trading day, gold might well finish strong. So back to 3. There we go. You see, with the pivot on the 15 is our heavy resistance zone on the 3 minute. All links together. We know if this zone's broke, then we're in proper bull territory. Because this is just a pullback from, like I say, the high that we had. And we've gone into a range for the rest of the day. Again, you just got to zoom in. This is the good thing about it. You've got to zoom in. And we can see the price action here. So, you know, is this a continuation of the second leg? It's going to break. If so, we'll get in on it. Or is it the start of the smaller double top? This is what we're waiting for. And RSI gives us the key. Again, as soon as you see a kind of doji, this kind of level support here, look, that's when you know it's time to exit your trade. If you was in a sell here, look, we've got our baseline is telling us. Let's move it up. There you go. There's your support level. Minor. So these are all minor support levels, but they're relevant to scalping. So I looked left here, we had a flat part on our baseline, that means support level, and here we go, look, it did it, and now it's range. So if I had taken a sell on this drop from the resistance, then this is where I would end it, and whatever I've got is whatever you've got, which would have been, like I say, best part of 40 points or so.
Sell signal on silver, the 3-minute chart.
Yeah, gold's pushing back now, look. Let's have a look at silver. Yeah, so silver peaked out.
Nice trend line break.
Yep. So let's get to that. So we had our peak on the first level on the points of interest. That's nice. And again, we've got a support level here. So we're not taking any sells. You know, we're green. We're neutral overall, but we're still looking for an upside. We're looking for a bounce off this. Is this again? See how gold and silver are sinking together? Is this going to be the bounce of the support back to there? Again, wants to break that trend line, ideally for us to be in a buy again up to the next levels. But we had, you know, chances to enter. Beautiful, up 200. Perfect. So that was a nice little scalp there from the RSI crossing, from the dot as well. We didn't even need that, you know, we could see that as soon as we get this momentum continuation, we know we're good to the next level. So that would have been a nice win there. Aggressive, you could have got in here. It's nice when you see the pattern. Beautiful. Nice M, nice W. Let's going to bounce off this support level. And again, as long as you've got 50 plus, so 150, 200, there's plenty of room there to scalp. We just need RSI, see if it's going to bounce in the neutral zone or it's going to pop out. What do you think, Justin? Do you think it's going to bounce?
I'm thinking we'll bounce off of that minor support right there. I think we got the support sitting under on the Kaijin. If we get a nice rejection off of that, then we're fixing to go back bullish. Go back up and check that pivot.
Yeah. We've got a dot at the moment.
That's what I'm looking at. Yep.
Market trend is still bullish and rising. Let's have a quick look at US 30 again as we're getting towards the end. There we go. US 30 pretty much holding at that level of support here. We've got that extra zone, so it's a bit more than a minor support here. When we get this zone formed, that's a double whammy. We've got a heavier support, we've got the breakout as well, so it is holding up pretty well here. Ideally we wanted it to push back to this level here, that would have been a nice little scalp. Again, 100 points, perfect. I see this now. I wonder if it'll get to that. This could be Asian session now, could be there. We might get a retest. If it goes up, we might only get a retest to the trend line. Very rarely you'll get it pull all the way back to the same position if the momentum is looking good. So there could be something like this later on. And obviously because there's levels in there you can take profit on.
Got about 15 minutes left in regular trading, and then we can prepare to scalp the trap move at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm just posting that setup in the group chat as well. The music's keeping me going, bro.
At least it's not the elevator music.
That's for the Asian session. It's more laid back. But we've done well, like you say. We've only had really kind of like one poor day really in the Asian session, so I'm hoping people will like what we analyse and what we do.
No doubt.
So again, we're just going to get a bit of a range here for the final part. NAS is looking good.
Gold sell triggered.
Yeah, NAS, look at that. It's retested. So again, if we break that trend line, then obviously we're in. You know, we'd be in for a buy. We want to try and get back to that pivot point of the 15.312. Still no buys yet though, because we're still bearish. We're still red on the RSI. We're just playing with support. We have got decent support though. This is a heavy support zone. Again, I'm just going to post this into our group. Well, it's looking like a good setup for later on. Just got to find the bottom, which it might have done here. I don't think it's going to reach. It's almost reached our breakout zone, but so we're looking for a second leg on NAS. We're looking for a center on the US 30. We're looking at a double top M pattern formation for silver. Look at that, it was a beautiful sun in the end. It was perfect.
This just investing. Dollar set to run out. Oh, we're gonna need to definitely look at that tomorrow.
So that's been a great leg. It's going to bounce off that minor support. Is it going to retest? Or are we going to go all the way up? Doesn't matter. It's the whole thing about it. It doesn't matter. What we're looking for is to catch the moves, catch the bounce, catch the small moves. It's a strong bear. Looks like it's going to break. We're coming down to retest this 23.52.8 level. Let's see what we got. We've got 1 minute 30 left on this candle. It's going to finish below the baseline, our KG line. This is an area of support here. Even this is a nice little scalp. 69. We're into the neutral zone. If we get some red, then we know it's going to come down a little bit more. Thirteen seconds left. 10. Are we looking for another sell on silver for the end of the day, or are we going to get a buy? Are we too late? We have done 30 trades today, believe it or not. It's going to sit on our support, I think. That's it. That's where it finished up, and gold as well. Look at that, beautiful. So it decided to retest our trend line, which again, if we'd had an alert set, we'd have gone in for a sell on this here. We like it when we get a retest of the trend line, and we like to see RSI pop back up. So again, you just adjust. Like I say, you're never going to draw a wave pattern and it be spot on, but you're just identifying the pattern and identifying the direction. This is what you're trying to gauge as a scalper. We're not bothered that it's not a perfect W, perfect M. Markets don't move like that, but you just want to, you know, draw and gauge so you know which direction you're aiming in. So that was a W. This is now hopefully going to bounce. We've got some, it's set on support here. The trend line as well, we'll push it back. RSI is curling. And again, some people would be, you know, some people will be scalping now and into that middle part, 39. It's not worth it for me. It's a small move on gold. Better off being patient. There you go. Wait for it to break a significant level. And this is it, the flat part of the KG, our baseline. We've got the next flat part here. So we could get to here now. Before it messes around before the end, but we're almost there. 17 seconds, 16. But please hit the like button. That's what we want. The like button will help our algorithm, help build the community, build the group, build this channel. Subscribe and share and tell people that we're actually, people actually scalp. And of course, yeah, $5, and we'll analyze your own thing. And if you join Discord, we'll analyze your charts for you. That's what we do. We look over people's charts, we do mentorship, one-to-one, the whole bag. Again, no one's taking a trade around here. You know, this is just for example purposes to show you how we work. We're nearly at the end of the session as well. If you subscribe, hit the notification bell, then you'll get a notification when we go live next. We'll probably do like an end of week follow-up session and analyze the markets as well, and then we'll be back live again once the markets reopen. But also, like I say, we're going to be doing a 24/7 live signals on Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's coming very soon, hopefully next week. So if you guys would like to trade crypto in between trading indices and Forex, and in between when I'm live and when the group is live, then yep, that's coming soon. So again, when you see that, like it, subscribe, support us. We're seeing some nice little dojis now, look, on gold as it's fighting for the end of the day. US 30 up, got a little pullback in the end, so it's almost would have hit your TP there.
Fell off the cliff all day and then ran out of gas.
Yeah, it wants to. It wants to do it. It wants to. It wants to do it for us. It's fighting. It's like a damp squib at the end of the day. Too much bad news, like I say. Just sometimes the fundamentals. It's not just about individual stocks. It's the bigger picture here. You know, we've just been red, which could mean, you know, feel good Friday. Who knows? It just depends what happens in that meeting. What is said. But gold, look, yay. Gold, look at that spike, beautiful. Sat on that trend line, spikes down. Is it going to fill the wick? In which case we're coming down lower. And we've got another area here. Or is this is the end of session move you was on about?
I'm holding out on gold and silver till 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. That's that 20 to 2100, 2200 move. That's where I'm gonna bag mine, and then I'll set up for New York tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, like I say, we'll set up for the Asian session as well. We'll have a look at the Asian market at the end of this. Nas, look at that, beautiful. So it's pulling again. Nas wants to do the same. It's just running out of steam, that's all. 88% daily volume. But again, some guys would have gone in on here and scalped. Would have gone in just for a small amount of pips, which is what it's all about. Still 66 points. Flat part of the KG is where I would be looking for. You bagging 100, that's fine. That's all we want. To be safe. Like I say, we could get a continuation later on into Asian session. We've got to break this trend line, and then we're back to our pivot and our breakout zone here for later on.
Mastering the market, a handful of pips at a time.
Yeah, that's it. You got it. Bearish but rising, and we can see it is. Silver, there you go.
I was really fond of that gold move this morning right before cash open when they dropped that news. Gold was supposed to go the opposite way, but it faked out, dropped to the bottom, popped in a nice little buy at the bottom of that wick.
Yeah.
Off to the races.
Yep, that's the spike we're on about. There it is, you can see it. This is the new spike. So we took a win on this, we did. We grabbed some pips on this win, and then we saw the drop. Obviously got out the trade, took our take profit at the top of this wick, got out, and then, like Justin said, we waited for this move back. Because with news sometimes it does like to come back, especially if you've seen it as an M falling to a W. Where's our TP going to be? We know it's going to be this zone here, look, formed beautifully, gave us the indication we're back to zone. Here is our TP right from the re-entry. After we had a break, we were in. 2 TPs here, 1, 2, bang. These new spikes are gold dust. We're not scared of them, we take them. We knew which way this was going to go, and then we've got a lot of, this is all a liquidity grab an hour before the cash open, and then guess what, it's a buy on cash open. Yeah, of course, after it stopped everybody out. It's what you get to learn. See how gold.
Oh, they hit those stops. I was buying.
Yeah. See, it held up that support. The trend line held perfectly. There's not enough power. So this held up well as a W. Retest, retest, bang, retest. 1, 2, 3 times. We're going to get a fourth, and we're going to fly, or we're going to get a fourth and a sell. That is the unknown. Myself, I think we're going up. I don't listen to what other people say. That's half my problem.
Exactly.
Hey, what happened to me the other night? I had it all laid out. We did the Asian analysis. I listened to somebody else. Bang.
It's alright, we made that back today.
Yes, we did, yep. Yeah, US 30's run out of steam now. Right, well we've been going, what, 90 minutes?
Not too sure, I don't have a counter on my end.
This has been a nice first session, first of many.
Yeah,
Hope more people
started
join
at,
in. Hope people join in next time. We'll perfect this as we're going along, of course.
Absolutely.
We stay true to our analysis.
Masterpiece in the making.
That's it. So one final check where we're at with everything. Pretty much the same. Yeah, we're going to range on gold now. Yep, silver the same. Look, up and down. Middle parts. You got middle parts of M's look all around. NAS. Yep, nice. Look, we'll get back. If it breaks here, you want to be taking a trade 1-2 and US 30. We're waiting on that center. Like I say, this is all for entertainment, and I hope you've been entertained, because that's what it's all about. You've got to have fun trading, because it can be a weary road alone, especially if you take 10 losses in a row. So you've got to have fun with it, you've got to enjoy it, you've got to have a laugh with it, and you've got to be serious with it at the right times. You've got to combine it all. That's how you stay in the game. We're not financial advisors in any way, shape or form. We're just people who like to get together and call out trades where we can, and setups, potentials. And each of us use our own judgment and our own risk management. That's it. I never call out signals, I never call out exact numbers, nothing. That's up to the individual, because that's what we are. Traders are individuals, and what I see you won't see, and what you see I don't see. But as a general setup, this is what we like looking at and posting, so we've all got a general idea of where we're heading. And we do it together.
Keep in mind, everybody's broker is different, everybody's spread's different, your entry price may be different than mine or Roy's.
Yeah, that's it.
Make sure you're well aware of your pip values, your spreads on indices and currency pairs, metals.
Yeah. We said this before, people never talk about it, you know, people just assume, you know, 100 points for me is 100 points for you, and it's not. And like I say, everyone's broker's different because of regulations, restrictions. I'm in Europe, you know, you're in the US, there's different regulations, leverage, everything. And again, all the, you know, people want help with all this information, we do it all in our Discord group. We help every one of our members get set up with the right broker, and we educate them on lot sizes, risk management, positions, everything before they even take a trade. You know, we realise that in the game, especially with scalping, people think it's fast, bang, 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 but there's a lot of background work and homework you got to do before you start entering trades, because getting the right broker, getting the right spreads, lot size, you know, analysing which pairs to trade, what not to trade is number one before you even make a trade. This is where most people fall short, so that's why we like to educate people. We've researched and we've traded for many years what we think are the best things to trade if you want to be a scalper full-time, trading on the lower time frames as we do 3 minutes, 15 minutes, etc. and below, because it doesn't work for everything. And again, that's something that people never explain or tell you, that you've got to pick the right instruments to trade and in the right times. So there's your 4 we're looking at, and we're going to shoot off now, and we're going to do some Asian analysis within our own Discord group for the guys, and we give out the setups for the Asian session. Again, that's something, if you join our Discord group, all the information is in the YouTube chat below and on the website www.mohawkforex.com, and we'd like to see you in the Discord group. But we'll be back again doing another live session, so look out for the announcements when we're going to be doing it ahead of time, and we hope more people will join and subscribe and like the group and like what we do. You know, we're real people trading real, simple as, that's it. And we take hits and we win, and you know, we tend to win more than we lose, and that's what it's all about, is end of the week counting them profits, you know, and not crying too much about your losses, because you can bounce back. That's why we love scalping. The next day is the next day, and you wipe the slate clean and you start again, and you keep banging away and you keep learning from your mistakes, and that's what our group is all about.
If you're not already subscribed, smash the subscribe button, click the like button on this video. Make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you receive all updates from our channel. We'll be going live quite frequently, and we look forward to seeing you guys here. Yeah,
great stuff. And thanks for joining tonight, and stay safe everybody, trade safe, and we'll see you on our next live stream. Take care.
Take care everybody.